Welcome back, everyone, to LBS Responds To, episode number 110. So yes, welcome back everyone to another episode of my weekly Q&A series I do here on my channel. Today will be kind of a short one since I technically did not do one last week. I'm kind of behind a week, so I'll do a short one today on Monday, then a longer one later in the week, like the regular ones are. First off, guys, a couple show notes, and I guess really first off, happy May 4th week to everyone. Of course, all the new sets just got released today, and of course, all the promos. Definitely let me know down below what you guys are getting, and if you guys went to the Lego store or just went online to get your stuff. Me personally, when you guys see this video, I would have probably just got back from the Lego store. I plan on getting a couple things. You guys will see that haul in tomorrow's live stream. I'll be building up that stuff, so I'll see you guys all then. A couple other quick pieces of show notes. Again, if you guys want to check out my Bricklink store, I'm extending that 30% off my entire store sale all throughout today. I was going to end it yesterday, but I did not post a video yesterday where I felt it wasn't really fair not to be able to remind you guys, for the last day. So today, Monday, May 1st, I'm running, the final day of my 30% off my entire store. 500,000 parts, 500 minifigures, and over 100 sets. If you guys want to help support the channel and get some Lego in return, that's the best way to do it. Also, guys, if you guys are placing online orders this week for May 4th, be sure to go down below, use my link, sign up for Rakuten, and your first qualifying purchase with my link will get you guys $30 cash back off your purchase. And for anyone that signed up last week, for Rakuten, be sure to get your orders in this week before it's too late. Next up, guys, be sure to enter my giveaway that I was running for April and May. I'm giving away the new 2023 helmet sets. The winners will be picked at the end of this week, so you guys have a couple more days to enter. Then lastly, I just want to say, guys, a huge thank you, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, guys, for all the support on the channel in April. We did crazy numbers in April for everything, and we hit numbers in April that I just quite frankly never really imagined. It was always kind of a pipe dream that we would hit those numbers, and just all around the board, April was a crazy month for the channel. So genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, we're making this a reality. You know what I mean? The channel's going crazy, and of course, you guys are a large part of that. So I want to thank you guys all so much for that. And with all that being said, let's get into the questions for this week, guys. Starting off here, we have Jaden Weeks. Ask LBS, what are some Lego retailers that are not well known or slept on? Dollar General, for example. So Dollar General is definitely a good one to be on the lookout for. Primarily, only a couple times a year they run a certain little sale where it's like 50% off all toys, or any toy clearance, which normally say it's like only 20% off. They run an additional 40% off of all toy clearance, 50% off of all toy clearance. Then you end up getting, they only carry smaller stuff there, but again, you end up getting $10 sets for $2, $20 sets for $7.50. So Dollar General is definitely something to be on the lookout for, just whenever they run that clearance sale. But another one I do want to say, I think it's getting a lot more known lately, but Kohl's, of course, if you guys are in the USA, KOHLS. Normally it's the clothing store, but they have a pretty big Lego selection, like online and in store. And the biggest thing to kind of work and for your advantage with Kohl's is Kohl's Cash. So it's pretty much like their cash back reward system where if you spend $100, they'll give you a $5 technically like voucher to spend back at Kohl's. But the main important thing to really be on the lookout for, guys, is when they're running $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. At one point last year, they were actually running, I think it was $20 for every $50 spent. So think about that. That's virtually like 30-35% back for future transactions at Kohl's. Sure, you have to spend it at Kohl's. You can't just take that money spent and go get dinner that night per se. But if you are one that buys a lot of Lego, you save your money, you build up your Kohl's Cash, and then pretty much every single time there's any set that you want, you have that Kohl's Cash available, and you kind of keep on just spending almost the exact same money back and forth. So they run that sale a couple times a year. I think Kohl's is very underrated, and genuinely, I think Kohl's probably is at the end of the day, unless you're lucky with like Walmart clearance in store. I really do think Kohl's is probably your best bet to always kind of hold out for, and will pretty much always be a guarantee getting you guys pretty good deals, a couple times a year at least. So definitely check out Kohl's, guys. That is my recommendation. Be on the lookout over there. Next up, guys, we have William Warren right here. Ask LBS, what Lego set do you think at retail is the best value in the last 3 years? So this one's kind of a tough one. We have the last 3 years. If I'm actually going to keep it, say only 2021, 2022, 2023. I genuinely do think, and this is something that kind of surprised me when I did say, since I thought it was a little overpriced when I first saw it revealed, was actually the Inquisitor Scythe. So that set retails for $100, has a little over 900 pieces. So price per piece is pretty much right there. But in my opinion, I think for your value proposition, you're getting 4 exclusive minifigures. And overall, those minifigures, they just feel premium. I will admit that. Riva is lacking some, leg printing. She looks a little plain, but, you're getting multiple cloth pieces. You're getting a bunch of new prints. you're getting just bulky minifigures, I feel, that just as is feel like they are genuinely, you know, $10 to $15 minifigures. So you times that by 4, you know, you get $50 of value out of figures, I feel like, just like blatantly. You know, so you grab a very large sum of, you know, your value right there, just like based off how the minifigures even just kind of feel. You know, they're not just like regular little Imperial officers with no print, or, you know, they're not just like regular little, you know, battle droids or like a snub fighter pilot. Like, they're not like just kind of the basics. They genuinely do feel like they're worth, you know, their value that they're kind of trying to put out there in that set for you. And then, of course, you know, your other half is, you know, a nice sized ship right there that, I gotta be honest, I mean, they use a lot of nice techniques in there. It's a little bit bigger than I was expecting, and genuinely, I mean, again, I hate the Kenobi show. I absolutely despise it. It's my least favorite you know, piece of Star Wars content ever. Last Jedi is better, Resistance is better, Kenobi, they fumbled it badly, but I gotta be honest, I mean, that set right there, if you're talking just pure retail value of $100, I really do think that was a pretty good deal on Lego's end that they gave us. So there's my thoughts on that, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. Is there something that I'm missing? Is there a set that you guys think has a better, you know, just genuine retail value, you know, proposition for the consumer? Let me know down below, guys. So, guys, we have CS_underscore Juturna right here. Forget the C-tier clones. When are we going to get some figs from Jedi games, Fallen Order, and Survivor? I'd love to see a Stinger Mantis set. So I can't really speak too much on either of those games. Again, you guys probably know by now, I tried to play Fallen Order, you know, pretty much like maybe like 8 months ago at this point. And I gotta be honest, I just got really bored out of it. You know, I didn't like playing it. I was like 40 minutes in, and I'm like, damn, dude, I just don't like this. You know, so I went ahead and just watched all the cutscenes. I pretty much know, you know, for the first game exactly what the whole story is. And actually now in the second game, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I don't plan on playing it. I've heard it looks a lot better. I've actually watched some gameplay of it, and genuinely it does look a little bit more interesting to me, but I'm still just kind of just, you know, watching the cutscenes, kind of just watching the story play out. So I don't really know too much of what they could do based off those two games, that's for sure. But one thing I will say is it does surprise me, you know, that we get stuff based off of like Young Jedi Adventures, you know, coming out May 4th. You know, we have a set coming out in June for that. You know, we have a one-off set, which that's fine. Again, like, you know, for people that love that show, you know, they go out there and they grab that set. I see nothing wrong with that. You know, even for stuff like Visions, you know, even these Fallen Order games, where I think, you know, look, bottom line of it, we don't need a whole wave of them. You know, you don't need to go all out like Mando Season 3. You don't need to give us like, you know, 6 or 7 sets for them. But the fact of, you know, they can't even just kind of line up one set somewhere, you know, at this point, you know, take out, you know, genuinely, I think they would have been better off, you know, say taking out that Yoda Starfighter in the summer and just, you know, pushing up like a $30, $40, $50 Fallen Order set and or, you know, Jedi, you know, Survivor set. And put that, you know, June 1st, you know, same thing, or even May 1st. I mean, again, I don't know why LEGO doesn't capitalize on that more. I really don't. You know, I think there's still plenty of things they could do with non-spoiler stuff because, you know, that's always kind of been their excuse, I feel, is, look, they don't know stuff, you know, in advance. You know, they only know so much from Disney, so they can't really put out a good set, I guess. But they still do it. You know, we see they do. You know, they do it with the Spider Tank. You know, they do it with the, you know, the Fang Fighter and TIE Interceptor set. So I think bottom line of it, when are we going to get one? I mean, they did the BD1, you know, what, 3 years late? So, I mean, at this point, I don't know, man. I mean, are we looking at like a 2025, 2026, you know, a Jedi Survivor set? Hopefully not. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, and I think it would have been, you know, great financially on LEGO's end. You know, line up at least one set with the games release, you know, just like with the 4+ set. So there's my thoughts on that, guys. But overall, I can't really speak for what set we should be getting. So definitely leave a comment down below, guys. What is one set that you feel like, you know, we just need from Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor? Leave it down below, guys. Next up, we have Collector Empire_KM. He says, ask LBS, what would you do if they killed off BABU FRIK?
Oh, no, no. No.
So next up, we have Sean Vazani right here. He says, with prequel and clone-based sets becoming more common the past couple of years, do you think we might start seeing more remakes of some of the most expensive Clone Wars sets, such as a dropship, AT-OT, V-19, ARC 170, Y-Wing, etc.? So, yes, I do right here. And I think one of the biggest ways we will start seeing more of those, first off, I want to say this, I don't think we'll ever get the dropship and AT-OT together ever again. I think that was just a one-off thing. I mean, because think about it, man, that was $250 back in the day, and that was like a fair value back then. You know, you're paying, you know, say, you know, $150 for the dropship, which is a little bit bigger. You're paying, say, $100 for the AT-OT. You get a bunch of minifigures in there. You know, that $250 set now, think about it. I mean, you're pushing, you know, you're getting an ATTE pretty much, a gunship at that point. You're paying almost $280, a little bit of inflation. I mean, those sets and vehicles are bigger. You would probably be paying like $350 for a set like that now. with the combination of both of them, and I just genuinely don't think that's something LEGO would do ever again. But what I do feel they would do, and this kind of ties into all those sets, is I think it's prime time. We can kind of tell right now, LEGO is going through a phase. We don't know for how long. Hopefully it's going to be for the next couple of years of, giving us a bunch of different legions, based around and kind of surrounded around like one specific vehicle. Of course, Coruscant Guard, Gunship, ATT with 212, getting a Swamp Speeder with 332nd, a bunch of kind of that type of stuff, Fighter Tank with 187th. And I genuinely do think, bottom line of it, we get something like an ATOT, we get Aayla Secura and Bly, prime example there. Something like a dropship, maybe they could do something like that with, tied in with, Plo Koon and Wolf possibly. I do want to say I think a dropship is a lot less likely than an ATOT ever again. If I had to put money on it, I would have said, an ATOT would probably come out next 5 years or so. And, a dropship, I'll be frank with you guys, I don't know if we'll ever see another one ever again. But, even stuff like, V19s, ARC 170s, prime time to give us, Captain Jag again, give us another Kit Fisto. So I do strongly think that. I think an ARC 170 as is, I think for 2025, 20th anniversary of episode 3, makes a lot of sense. I think in general, that's something they should be doing here, pretty soon. I really strongly do think at least the next 2 or 3 years. I have heard a couple people kind of talk about it, I guess there's a new design team over there. We actually got, kind of a new little slew of LEGO Star Wars designers that are apparently, in their 20s, early 30s, and that could be, starting to change some stuff up. So I got some strong hopes that I think for the next couple of years, they might at least continue kind of this pattern of, give us a vehicle, line it up with the Legion, and kind of move on from there, move on to the next one type of thing. So I do think that. Leave your thoughts down below though, guys. So moving on, guys, we have Cole Mullis right here. Really, the answer to this question is basically identical to the last one, but he does point out one thing right here, which actually, now that I'm reading it, is actually a little bit false right here. He says if the leaks hold true, then we'll have 5 Legions on shelves at the same time, and that's actually 6 Legions. So by the end of this year, guys, we're going to have 6 different clone Legions on the shelf, being Shock Trooper, 332nd, regular 501st technically with that battle pack that came out this year. Then we have 332nd, we have 187th, and then also 212th. So that's 6 different Legions, man, on shelves at the same time. And look, that's definitely something nice to kind of think about. And at that point, I'm wondering if, so genuinely, man, if they do bring out a couple more coming out next year, we could possibly be getting like 7, 8, 9 Legions all at once. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. That'd be a first time in LEGO Star Wars history, pretty much, especially kind of like with the level of detail that we're getting these days. Again, the clones have the helmets. Some of the prints are kind of wonky, but, compared to, say, back in like, 2005 through like 2007, like, sure, we're getting some, Legions over there, but, the Star Corps Trooper, like, they didn't even know if it was a Cody or a Star Corps, is it 212th, is it 327th, but, like, nowadays at least, like, we have, like, definitive designs and clone troopers that, like, look, dude, like, this is 187th without a doubt. Like, we have 212th clones without a doubt. Like, we're gonna get, yellow 327th presumably. Like, that being said, man, that's something to kind of get hyped for. By the time, this time next year, we could possibly be, raising that 6 Legions up to, again, 8 or 9 of them. So I'm here for it, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. What do you think is genuinely the next Legion we will get from LEGO? Then lastly, guys, we have a question here from Speakeasy610. He says, do you think buying the 2 new diorama sets while the double VIP points promo is around is a better deal than waiting for them to eventually go on sale at Amazon and buying them down the road? So, look, fundamentally, I'm going to say it here, guys. I don't know if you guys really kind of realize this. There's still probably a couple of you guys that maybe don't. When you look at a double VIP promo at the LEGO store and LEGO Online, that only equates to 10%. Like, if you look at it, like, if you spend $100 on LEGO Star Wars today, or like on, say, a regular day, like a week ago, they normally give you 5%, back, with VIP points. So, you'd get, at that point, $5 off your 100 pretty much. $5 worth of VIP to, put towards your next purchase technically. So, when you're looking at double VIP, that's only 10%. And the golden standard these days, I've talked about it a lot, and I think a lot of people know this by now, is for most sets, everything but like UCS, the BrickHeads, possibly like the Executor Star Destroyer, everything that's like not exclusive and just like a run-of-the-mill, a regular old set, man. Like the battle packs, the TIE Bomber, the dioramas, anything like that. The gold standard will be like, look, between Amazon, Target, Kohl's, Walmart, you'll eventually find that for 20% off, like flat. No cash back, not any, reward points per se, but like just a genuine 20% off the price you're actually going to pay for that set at the time. So I honestly want to say right here, I think double VIP points it's good for the day. Look, if you're going to go in there, you know, you want to stack some stuff up to 150, get a promo stack. You know, I think it's a beautiful little incentive. You know, you're not really destroying your wallet over paying an extra 10% on May 4th. You're doing it for the culture. You know, you're grabbing the promos on top of it, so it all comes out in the wash. But at the end of the day, what I will say is, look, like every average Lego Star Wars set, and really any Lego set to begin with from any theme, you know, 20% off is pretty much guaranteed at that point, you know, at some point throughout its entire shelf life, you know, for that set. So at the end of the day, man, double VIP is nothing crazy. You know, 5X VIP though, on the other hand, you know, again, that's about 25% equivalent. So it is better than, you know, say kind of that golden standard. But at the end of the day, look, I mean, double VIP is really nothing to go as crazy about as people have always kind of said, man. So look, if I were you, especially on the Endor one, I would wait. The Endor one, I can already see it now, man. 20, 25, 30% off on Amazon. You know, Dagobah has been, you know, 35% off on Amazon for the past like 2 weeks. So, you know, look, it might take a little bit longer than 6 months, but if you wait 6 months, a year, I think both of them will go down in value, but I just fundamentally do think the Endor Speeder Chase is just not worth that retail price. Even double VIP, you know, I don't think it's worth it. So there's my thoughts on that though, guys. Bottom line of it, 20% off or more, it's pretty much where, you know, that sweet spot should be when you're buying a Lego set. So bottom line of it, I think 20% off of your Lego set is pretty much that sweet spot for kind of where you want to be at, and really kind of know that you're getting a very fair deal, especially if you really want that set. All right, guys, so that is everything for today's Q&A video. Like I said, guys, I'll have a longer form one with way more questions coming out later this week. It is May 4th week, so I have a couple other Lego Star Wars related videos coming out. Actually, some fun ones. I have some fun ones coming out on Wednesday and Thursday. And also, we have a Lego Star Wars trivia game coming out on live stream on Friday with some prizes. So definitely stay tuned for that. More information on that will be coming out throughout the week. All right, guys, so that's everything for today. If your question was not answered, be sure to leave it down below for next time. Preferably, if you guys can put hashtag AskLBS at the start of your question, it would make it a little bit easier for me to find. So that's all for today, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.